Wait, the last BotCon review I ever posted was 8 months ago? Okay, yeah, I am definitely late.
So here's a figure that I got, BotCon 2023, and I thought, if I put Arcee in the title, will it get more views? So without further ado, this is an incidental review of Core Class Studio Series Rise of the Beast Arcee. As usual, let's start with the robot mode. Just like Brawl, she's a hit or miss for me. You can't really say much about accuracy because this figure isn't even based off the final design, and instead was based off the concept design. And because of that, she's got smaller eyes, a pinker face, and high beams on her chest that would flash all of us if it was kept in the movie. She comes with only one blaster, which I always found weird since in the movie she had two, but overall, despite kibble issues, she's quite accurate to the concept art. Oh, and speaking of kibble issues, I just wanted to make this little side note, but I actually took off the kibble because you can do that. And not only that, but if I actually did attach it to the back, it's like extremely loose. And honestly, I think that's my fault because if you look closely, this thing has been taken off way too many times, and so it just flops back down. Boop. There goes gravity. But yeah, I just wanted to point that one out. So that's not really an issue with the figure, that's more of a skill issue for me. Womp womp. Detail is great in some areas more than others, but that's okay since this is a core class figure. You shouldn't expect extremely detailed small figures from Hasbro, which is why you should buy third-party figures that will drain your bank account faster than DC when they made the Flash movie. She clocks up to be about 3.5 inches or 8.89 centimeters. Compared to other figures, she's relatively small, which is accurate to the film, but you can't help but wish she was taller. I mean, even compared to Bumblebee, she looks like a freaking child. And if she was taller, we could have gotten more accuracy and detail. In fact, I would love it if they made a 2 Elect class version just to put in more detail. So what if it would be too big compared to the film? Blame it on mass shifting. But whatever. I understand they want to be accurate with size. That's what she said. Articulation is relatively normal with a 360-degree ball joint swivel, multiple ball joints at the shoulders and arms, waist rotation, and a 90-degree knee bend. Personally, I have one problem with the articulation. Right next to the shoulder ball joints, there's a small flip-up, flip-down piece. Not sure if this is considered a butterfly joint or not. And I know it's a transformation mechanic, but it just annoys me when I try to pose her arms. So, like I mentioned earlier, the kibble is a bit bad, especially on the back. Yes, I know she had wheels back there, but here it just looks awkward, especially with that windscreen of the bike sticking out. Oh yeah, speaking of the bike, let's talk about vehicle mode. Now, I want to get one thing out of the way that just kind of confuses me. Why was she not licensed? Almost every single figure in the Studio Series Rise of the Beast line that transformed into some sort of vehicle was licensed, but for some reason, Arcee isn't officially licensed by Ducati. Sure, it doesn't make much of a difference that it isn't, but as someone who enjoys detail, why couldn't it be licensed so that she could have the Ducati logo on her leg, or like, the side of the bike, like right here? I'm gonna guess that there was maybe some licensing issues, especially when you consider that Ducati blurred their logo on some Rise of the Beast promos and teasers, so I'll let it slide. But let's actually talk about her bike mode. It's not bad, though the colors are a bit off. And I also don't like how the hands are just kind of awkwardly hanging on the back of the bike. So yeah, there's that. But then again, just a nitpick. Something that isn't a nitpick, though, and a true complaint, is the placement of the bike handles. Why are they so apart and practically unreachable? If this was a real bike, I don't think you could reach it unless you were just straight up laying down on it way more than usual. Yes, I'm aware that on some bikes you have to lay down, but if you look closely, the handle is right here. A couple inches away from where it's a couple inches behind and where the mirror is. If you look closely here, it's in front of the mirror. So it'd be literally impossible to actually hold on to this correctly. It just doesn't work. The physics don't work. I'm sorry. I'm no vehicle expert, I'm no lazy eyebrow, but I know for a fact that this is definitely not accurate to a bike. Hell, this is literally a Ducati bike, so it's the exact same type of bike. So that just proves my point more. But anyways, with all this criticism and potential whiny complaints, what do I think of this figure? Do I love it? Do I hate it? Am I so attracted to it that I want to start making perverted art of it? No, of course not, you idiot. Who do you think I am? But anyway, I give her about a 5 out of 10. Not amazing, not horrible. So, that's going to be the end of this review. Tune in next time for me to rant about a 2009 figure of a dude who sniffs sexual pheromones.
The boy's pheromone levels suggest that he wants to mate with the female.